You know, when I first started this retrospective series, I never really expected to be invested in these games as I actually became in these reviews. The last two retrospectives have taken us down memory lane with great gameplay, but with somewhat mediocre stories. Spider-Man Total Mayhem was your standard linear beat-em-up game, has an extremely high level of replayability due to its collectibles scattered throughout the levels. The Amazing Spider-Man Mobile was a step in the right direction, with an open world for you to explore, with fun combat, and better easy looking on the eyes. Which leaves the final game in this retrospective, the sequel to the TASM Mobile, The Amazing Spider-Man Mobile 2. Does it improve upon the foundations of the last installments, or does it suffer the same fate as its console and PC counterparts did? Remember in the last retrospectives, in the conclusion segments, I gave them a grade that compares them to other, more better-known Spider-Man titles. Total Mayhem got a grade of Spider-Man for the Dreamcast. Total Mayhem was given a grade of Spider-Man 2 for the GameCube, not the PC. But if I hold those in such high regard, where does that leave this one? Does it take elements from the previous games and build upon them while introducing new things? Is it fun to play? Will I ever find love again? Will my dad come back with the milk? The Amazing Spider-Man Mobile was released back in April of 2014, weeks before the movie actually came out. I don't think you'll be shocked to know that this game doesn't follow the plot of the movie at all. It's just another open-world beat-em-up where you have New York City as your playground. You will come to understand why that's surprisingly a detriment to the game when I get to the... Just like the last installment, gameplay splits into two types, combat and traversal. Combat this time around receives a very big overhaul. Mind you, they are no longer using the Total Mayhem engine, so they had to make a brand new one, which means new combat moves and animations. There are quite a few good moves, but hitting enemies doesn't feel as impactful, and Spider-Man's moves aren't bad by any means. He's still a force to be reckoned with, and they all exasperate that with the new moves they give him, but they just don't feel as fluid as they did in Total Mayhem or TASM Mobile. How the fuck is that even possible? I do like the cool finisher moves they give Spider-Man, depending on what combo you set up, and it can be extremely devastating because they all deal an area of effect to other enemies around you. Once again, you have a dedicated fight button and web attack button, which you can use to mix and match combos, but it's missing the flair from TASM Mobile. Let's compare the two. Look at the combat and combos in comparison. I really miss the jump off move from TASM Mobile where you press the web button in the middle of a combo. Yeah, it's present here, but it's not as good, it just feels stiff. Just like the last game, you can complete side missions and side tasks in order to get spider points to level up your Spider Boy into a Spider-Man. Spider points are the universal currency outside of using real money, but I'll get to that later. I just feel like combat should have had a little more time in the oven. But hey, there are a few nice things to it. For example, I do like the finisher moves that were given. And if you stun an enemy to the point to where they're seeing actual stars, you can web them up to get them to stay down like an Ultimate Spider-Man. I was pleasantly surprised to see that feature present in this game. There also will be times where during a fight, if you hit a certain combo on an enemy, Spider-Man will kick them to the ground and web them up. That is actually pretty cool. But something about this combat system is bugging me. I'm having trouble figuring out what is it. Wait a minute. Where are my air combos? That's why combat feels so stiff. You're glued to the ground every time you start an encounter. You can't uppercut enemies in the air and jump to juggle them to death. Now, let's get to web swinging, where my... if you thought I was bitching here, you ain't seen nothing yet. I know I keep doing this in the section comparing the game to its predecessors, but bear with me, it's almost over. Let's take a look at Total Mayhem, and more importantly, TASM Mobile. In Total Mayhem, you don't really web swing at all, at least not freely. You could do a swing that counted as a double jump, and there were scripted swinging segments that served as a transition for the next area to load in, but since it's not how you really get around the city primarily, since it's not an open world, I'm not gonna count it. Now, TASM Mobile, on the other hand, it had a sprawling open world you could freely swing around in. The swinging was actually fun to do and jam-packed with a surprising amount of detail to add flair to the swinging. Detail I honestly wouldn't have expected a mobile game of all things to have. With that being said, you would expect that the developers behind TASM Mobile 2 would try to look at the swinging and do something groundbreaking. Gameloft, you sly dogs. You may have lacked in the combat section of this, but you must have made some good changes to the web swinging, right? You made web swinging more fun this time around, right? Right?
Please just hear me out, please.
What? How the? Why the fuck? What did you do to the web swinging? It's so fucking awful. Once again, the web's restricted to the clouds, and that's not really the issue here. I can live with that. This is a mobile game. But there's no weight, no sense of momentum at all, absolutely no style. You swing at the exact same speed, no matter what. Compared to swinging in TASM 1, you actually felt like you were swinging. Look at the web! Yes, it's sticking to the sky, but depending on what direction you're moving in, the web will be shot at an angle. Sometimes, it'll be relatively close to a building, so you feel like you are actually swinging off of something physical. But no matter what direction you're going in this game, the web will shoot straight up. I want these webs to shoot relatively close to buildings and have some sort of weight and speed to it. The webs will shoot straight up no matter what. Take it or leave it. In speed? Oh my god! It feels so sluggish! It's like Spider-Man just ate one too many pizzas and he's just struggling on his webs! You go at the same constant speed no matter what, and it feels like your momentum just stops when you let go to shoot out another web. In TASM Mobile, I could zip through the city, no problem! Oh, remember those nice animated details I pointed out in TASM Mobile retrospective? Yeah, a lot of those details have been completely scrapped. Huh? Remember when you got too close to the ground and you'd run along it to maintain your swing? Yeah, that's gone. Remember when you let go of a swing and you could slide on buildings like you were covered in skillet grease? Gone! The little wall run that's still present is actually nice. They completely removed web zipping. You could only web zip onto a fucking helicopter that will be traveling around the city. Yeah, this little shit perch point, that's all you get. Fuck you. The only welcome addition is that in place of the wall slide and wall crawl, we get the wall run, something that was sorely missing in TASM Mobile. But the weird thing about it though, is that it just completely takes over the wall crawling. As you can see here, I'm just trying to do wall crawling, but it automatically goes into wall running. There's no threshold where I could just crawl on the wall. It will automatically go into wall running once I start to crawl. Just let me crawl, bro! You also get this web pull where you just defy all logic whatsoever. I guess God himself is just yanking on those webs for him. I don't like this move. This move is just useless. The move is for if somebody just absolutely does not give a shit and just wants to get height. That's it. Why couldn't you just build upon what TASM Mobile did? What is actually wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fucking shit! What's wrong with you?
Okay, I think I got the hatred out of my system. What's next on the lit? Oh no.
Oh my god!
The story is absolutely bonkers and it makes no fucking sense. It's honestly crazy how much shit goes on in this game. Nearly on par with the movie itself. The game is split up into 8 chapters, and you're not gonna believe where chapter 1 ends up. The game starts with Spider-Man. Please don't be saving a wolf from being assaulted. Please don't be saving a wolf from being assaulted.
All units, we got a stolen truck racing down Broadway. Be advised, gang sighted on the rooftops.
Oh look, a party for me to crash. I hope they don't have an armed maniac only policy.
Oh, thank God. The game starts out business as usual, stopping a gang and getting attacked by... What the fuck?! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there actually is aerial combat in this game. It's very janky, but hey, cold start for trying. And after not very successfully stopping an Oscorp truck due to one of its contents flying out, we realized that gangs have been pretty much encroaching upon Oscorp Tech and stealing their ship. By the way, there was more on that truck, and I'm gonna assume the truck crashed after Spidey jumped off. Keep that in mind, it will make sense later. The game is actually structured differently than the last, so more so how it goes into the old Spider-Man games, to where you have to do side activities in order to be able to progress in the story. Sometimes side missions will actually have something to do with the story. Other missions just serve as filler stuff to do until the story missions pop back up. And once that progress bar fills up, you're attacked by none other than Sonic the fucking Hedgehog! Sonic, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna put your ass in the ground! Obviously, I'm joking. It's Electro. Out of every iteration of Webb's Electro I've seen, this one's my favorite, actually. Remember when I said earlier to keep in mind what happened to that truck he was trying to stop? Well, Max here was apparently near the accident it caused, and he was affected by what the truck dropped. Actually feels like he has a reason to be angry at Spider-Man due to recklessness. Say it's way better than...
Shut up!
Stay with me, Max.
You set me up.
No, I didn't set you up.
You lied to me.
No, I'm trying to help you. Let me help you.
It's goofy as fuck, but hey, that is kind of catchy. Fight him in Times Square, but just like the console point of the game, you finish him off at the top of a skyscraper. Now, let's move on. We're trying to figure out who the fuck is supplying these games with weapons, and now we have to track them down. Oh, hey, Black Cat. Mr. fucking Black Cat! Oh, yeah, Black Cat's in this game, just like she's in the console version. She's also helping us track down who's responsible for handing over these powerful weapons to the gangs. Oh, speaking of the devil, oh my god, it's Paul Giamatti! I wanted to wait until I got to the graphics section, but I really can't ignore this. Why does this model texture look so scuffed? After capturing him, you have to follow a lead from the Black Cat to protect an Oscorp convoy from gangs. Need I mention, this is a mission ripped straight from the first game, where you have to protect Dr. Connor's ambulance from thugs so he can reach the hospital. But hey, it turns out it was a trick! We were ambushed by the fucking Green Goblin! What the fuck? I actually do like the way he's portrayed in this game as well. He wants to kill Spider-Man not only for research purposes, but also because he keeps getting in his way with the gangs. Thankfully, taking out that god-awful plot of Harry dying from a genetic disease and begging Peter for Spider-Man's blood. They adapted this into the console game, and holy shit, they managed to make him look more like a meth addict in this game than in the actual fucking movie. How the fuck did you do that? Sadly, they had to keep this god-awful goblin form, most likely due to contractual obligations, but hey, they worked with what they had. After surviving a really intense battle and giving a stern spanking to the Black Cat over fucking us over, we're off to solve the mystery of the gang war. At this point in the game, we figure out that Kraven the Hunter is head of the Russian gang, and the leader of the Mafia is Hammerhead. What the fuck are they doing in this game? I know Kraven's in the console version, but he has a way different role there than here. Basically tracking down leads until we have to take them head on for a boss fight. And as a result, both get away because Spider-Man decides the guy in the fucking business suit is more important than the literal fucking mercenaries he just dealt with.
This battle is not over. It is on hiatus. Until next time, Spider.
I hate letting them go, but I have to find Mencken before he escapes again.
Fuck! God damn it!
And then he gets... Chapter 4 is basically a missing person case where we have to figure out what the hell happened to Eddie Brock, and at the same time, we have to figure out a mystery of a goddamn monster running around the sea wearing a black costume that looks similar to yours. Oh boy, I wonder who that could be. What's cool about this chapter is that the majority of the side missions actually have something to do with the chapter this time around. Instead of mundane busy work, you started asking people close to Eddie when they last saw him. Then it gets overtaken by the mystery figure that starts infecting gang members with a plot to take over the city with... Wait a fucking minute.
England, now what?
Spidey, whoever's behind all this, got symbiotes.
Hey, hang on a second, I have a legitimate question. How many times has Spider-Man games done this whole symbiote takeover idea? Well, let's run them down. It first happened in Spider-Man 2000. Most famous case was Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Then there was Friend or Foe. Then there was Shattered Dimensions. Then there was Total Mayhem. Then there was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 console version. And finally, this game. If I had $1 for every time this happened, I'd buy myself a decently priced sandwich. Okay, a slightly overpriced sandwich, but you get my point. It's kind of weird how this plot has happened so many times, and I will go into more detail of it if I ever make my own video on it. Especially if it happens in Spider-Man 2 coming out later this year, since Venom will be one of the main antagonists. You fight Venom and realize that Eddie is trapped inside the suit. Due to him snooping around Oscorp, he gets captured and the symbiote is forced onto him as punishment for trying to expose them. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like this version of Venom. Eddie has no ill will towards Spider-Man in this game. If anything, he's just an unwelcome ally. The game just makes him an unwilling host to the symbiote that attacks Spider-Man for no reason whatsoever. His boss fight is... it's alright, I guess. But I'll get into more about this Venom later. After that, you're now back to trying to retrace Eddie's steps and exposing Oscorp for double dipping in the weapons market. Leading us to fighting the Goblin again? What? Then Electro gets released and you have to go fight him again? And the way the fight ends, just watch what happens.
Spider-Man! You won't ruin my plans this time, Spider-Man! I've learned a lot since the last time we met. I'm Lightning Incarnate!
Wow, did you come up with that, or was it the last date you had?
You dare mock me! Time to fry, Webhead! No! It can't end like this! Too powerful!
And then you have to fight the Rhino, and then the game finally ends. Oh, thank fuck. The game's story sucks. Do I really need to explain it any further? It looks like Gameloft took my advice from the last time and decided to give this game a lot more meat for the player to chew on. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that Black Cat was in this game, and is pretty much in line with who she usually is. But everyone else is a hit or miss. Goblin is passable, Electro is fine, Venom fucking sucks, Rhino fucking sucks, Kraven and Hammerhead don't even get any development, so we don't even know why they're doing this. Spider-Man is... well, he's Spider-Man. What do you expect? So next on the list is... oh dear fucking lord, just end my suffering now. Enemies are plentiful, but they're just reskins of each other. Come on, guys. You're not gonna make me talk about these in detail, right? Oh, okay, chill. So basically, you start out with your usual thugs, but this time around, gun enemies aren't present. At least not at this point in the game. Just guys with fists and dual machetes. Early on, you're introduced to the Oscorp drone enemies where you actually have air combat. The air combat is just as stiff as normal combat, and I really don't want to talk about... oh, okay, I'll talk! The animations are extremely stiff, and the web lines don't even connect on some of them. Oh, the web lines, dear fucking lord. So, what about the boss battles? Are they any better? All of these boss battles suck ass. Every single one of them. Every single one of them are complete garbage. Not even Venom could save this one. The issue with this game is that it actually makes the fatal mistake of utilizing touchscreen QuickTime events. And I don't know if I'm just getting old, but dear fucking lord, I hate these so much because I'm too slow to react to the swipes. Speaking of being slow, during the Venom boss battle, you have this like timer to stop Venom from infecting civilians, but the game never actually tells you how to do it. So, while I'm fighting for my life against this big black monster, realistically, his name should be changed to fucking Tyrese. I also have to deal with my anxiety spiking due to that fucking bar going down. It's not like you have to deal with the symbiote infected enemies after the fact, they just die. That's it. Now that I think about it, what the fuck was Venom's motivation here? Literally every other boss battle has something to do with the bad guy wanting to control a city. Electro he had a personal vendetta against Spider-Man because of what happens towards the beginning of the game. Venom literally has no reason to want to kill Spider-Man or try to take over the city with symbiotes. As a matter of fact, why does he even remotely look like Spider-Man? From the in-game dialogue and from what I can deduce, Spider-Man has never worn the black suit within the canon of the game's story, despite it being an unlockable costume. So that means Venom's just decided to copy Spider-Man for no good reason and decided to terrorize the city. And what's funny about this is that if you played the console or PC port of the game, you actually have to deal with Carnage. So I guess that's the reason why the mobile port decided to include Venom. But he literally has no rhyme or reason to be here. Why are you here? And since I'm on a Venom tangent, let's discuss the elephant in the room, Venom's design. Now, this may seem like the average classic Venom, with spider logos that don't connect to each other for some fucking reason, but would you believe me if I told you this wasn't what Venom originally looked like on launch? He looked like this! For which those who have a keen eye, this is more reminiscent of his appearance in Spider-Man 3, Venom's first live-action appearance. Listen, people can slander this design all they want, but I love this design, and I wish Venom looked like this more often. That's my hot take of the day. Yeah, sound design is fine. I'm guessing they got different composers for this game because when I hear the music, it definitely does sound something fitting to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Sound effects are serviceable, but nothing to write home about. But I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised as to who Spidey's voice actor this time around is.
Oh look, a party for me to crash. I hope they don't have an armed maniac only policy.
That's right. It's Yuri Lowenthal. They actually decided to pull in an A-lister for this installment, and he brings us all, being the biggest standout voice in the cast considering everything that happens later for him. But yeah, surprisingly I don't have that much to say about sound design this time around. Though, I will point out, some of the in-game roaming dialogue that Yuri says is the exact same in-game roaming dialogue you'll get from TASM 1 Mobile, so I find it funny they had him re-record those lines. That actually is funny. But yeah, I don't really have that much to say about sound design, which means next I should get into. Graphics in this game I consider to be a double-edged sword. On one hand, they are kind of a step up from TASM Mobile 1, but this time around I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the look of the city. Oscorp was changed due to the fact that it exploded in the last game, so at least there's some level of continuity present. Of course, this is a movie tie-in, so Spidey and the other characters that was present in the movies are gonna have to be present here as well. I sincerely think the person that got it the worst was Paul Giamatti's Alexei, who becomes Rhino at the end of the game, as well as the actual movie. You can plainly see they were trying to model his likeness into the game, but could only get as far as this egghead and extremely poorly rendered texture. And speaking of poorly rendered textures, remember when I gave shit to Total Mayhem for the webline being poorly rendered? At least there it fell in line with the style of everything else, and I can give it a pass considering the year the game came out. And remember when I gave points to TASM Mobile 1 for the web actually looking good, despite being a flat texture, and being the correct size so it doesn't look out of place when you're swinging about? So, what the fuck happened here? Why is the web line so fat, and why is it so poorly rendered? Everyone's costumes looks fine, except for Spider-Man himself. I'm about to be that guy again, but this rendition of TASM 2's suit is downright disrespectful. Because whose fucking bright idea was it to segment the fucking back logo like it was done at TASM Mobile 1? That suit looks way better than this one does here. His blue is too bright, his red is too bright, his blue is way too bright, his suit has a really ugly orangey red. And yes, I'm gonna be that guy. And if you've noticed, I haven't gone out of the way to force somebody to make a skin mod of Spider-Routine for this game. That's because literally nobody has bothered to create mods for this game. Now, it could just be very well due to the fact this game is incredibly difficult to mod, but I'm more inclined to believe this game sucks so hard that nobody is bothering to waste their talents on this shit. But what's funny is that all the other alternate costumes look way better, which is what I will be getting into more in the... Throughout the game, there are various collectibles you can find. But let's be real, you don't give a shit about these. You just want the alternate costumes, you fucking greedy bastard. And this game actually has that in spades. Now, of course, it's not Marvel's Spider-Man levels of wardrobing, but there is a pretty neat assortment of alternate suits. We have Doc Ock, but not really, Tribes, the Other, Diet Anti-Venom, Iron Man at Home, and finally...
Oh, my lucky stars! A Negro!
Did you know people were actually trying to argue whether or not it's racist for Peter to be wearing Miles' costume as an alternate suit? It's not. It's just a fucking alternate costume. Y'all need to chill. These costumes vary in terms of damage output, resistance to damage, health boost. Overall, the best suit of the game being the Iron Spider with near perfect stats. Now, the way you can unlock these costumes originally was by getting costume tokens at the end of each chapter or level. They just get randomly gifted to you. Or you can just do how I did it and get a file that hacks into the game and unlocks every suit and gives me borderline infinite money. There actually was a way to go fight the villains again, but yeah, you can't do that anymore. There used to be a leaderboard for you could compete for a high score, but that's offline due to game off cutting services for the game, and as a result, you originally couldn't even go as far as to access the suits or buy potions. Hell, you couldn't even use the potions the game gave you. That being said, I think it's time for put me out of my misery and end this review with... After the thrills that Total Mayhem and TASM Mobile threw at me, to the point to where, to this day, I will still vehemently sing the praises of those games. This game, it fucking sucks! Every sense of enjoyment I had from the previous game was just completely snatched away from it the second I booted this game up. Remember that trailer bit where I killed myself because the game wouldn't load? That wasn't just done for a comedic bit. That actually happens to you if you try to revisit the game if you basically bought it and downloaded it from the Play Store. Legitimately. That happened to me when I legitimately bought the game back when it was still in the store, and years later, it will do that to you for, like, what? Why? There's this weird glitch that happens where the game gets stuck on 45% loading, and it will stay that way. Part of this is due to the fact that online support of this game was axed, and as a result, it affected a lot of the game's functionality, as I mentioned before for the store. This game was made around the time microtransactions were on the rise, and one of the easiest places to insert microtransactions, cheap ones at that, were in mobile games. It's actually part of one of the earlier missions where you have to visit the online store, which you can't do because at this point in the game's lifespan, it's been shut down. And if you earn potions through completing chapters, you can't use those because for some reason, it's tied to that online store. Before I got to the modded files of the game, I was actually soft-locked in the Venom boss battle and Kraven/Hammerhead boss battle. I was so retarded in my leveling up process, and due to my aforementioned issue to react to swipe QuickTime events, I would get my ass shredded in the final stretch of boss battles. It was fucking asinine. But back to the 45% issue, that killed my entire drive for doing this review, and is one of the leading factors as to why it took so long for me to do it. It was taking me days upon weeks to figure out what was causing this issue to happen, until one day I decided to look at my game files. And it turns out, from the official download of this game, there were some files missing! If you made it this far into the video and for some reason you want to play this game, I'll probably make a tutorial on how to get this game to actually work properly. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not doing that. Because why would I want somebody to go through the pain and suffering that I just had to deal with playing this fucking game? It's bad enough that originally for the base game, you couldn't play it offline. It literally required you to be connected to the internet in order to play. Tazen Mobile and Total Mayhem do not have these issues, but for some reason, this game does. And even after getting past those issues, the game was so fucking boring to play. It was so bad that I kept falling asleep in the middle of playing the game. And in my lost recordings, there would be periods of time where I would just pass out. Because instead of the game giving you dopamine as a reward for your playthrough experience, it fucking clobbers you with melatonin for daring you to think about trying to enjoy this dog shit waste of storage. Not to mention the times that the game would be fucking broken. There are times where you're swinging around, and if you dive in certain areas of the city, the camera will just tear off to the side of the screen, and where you can't see Spider-Man or anything else. And remember that Goblin boss battle? The ending cutscene animation is fucking missing! The sound is definitely there, but the cutscene that actually plays is literally the cutscene that happens before the boss battle starts. How does that shit happen? And not to mention, there's a little detail that just peeves the fuck out of me. The unlockable costumes, yeah, those don't show up in cutscenes. Why? Why? What the fuck is wrong? Why would you not do that? Why? This game is garbage. It belongs in the trash. I tried to eat a Popeye's biscuit without anything to wash it down. I've seen so many people claim they have fond memories of this game, but how? How can anybody enjoy the snooze fest? Fuck this game. So it's finally over, huh? I started this adventure nearly a year ago because I felt like these games were overlooked due to the fact that they're mobile games. And as a dedicated Spider-Man fan and avid gamer, I can see why. But that doesn't mean that companies that build mobile games should just give up and get lazy in doing mobile games of our favorite characters. Stop with the gacha game elements that makes my ADHD give me a fucking aneurysm. Stop adding ludicrous microtransactions that are so egregious they become borderline pay-to-win tactics. And for fuck's sake, stop making these lazy-ass turn-based RPG games. Put some fucking effort into making an actual good game. Marvel Future Revolution was actually a game I was looking forward to playing, but the combat just feels extremely repetitive, and the fact that there's an autoplay feature. The mere suggestion that you can autoplay through the game, it just turned me off from wanting to continue to play the game. There used to be a free-flow combat JoJo's Bizarre Adventure mobile game until Bandit decided, yeah, you know the best part that makes our mobile game playable? Yeah, let's take that out and turn it into a turn-based RPG. That certainly won't tank our game at all. I am so fucking sick of turn-based RPGs for characters that just do not fit that genre at all. If I want to play a turn-based RPG, I will go play Pokemon or fucking Fire Emblem or some shit. Stop being lazy and make your games fun! I was looking forward to like an Attack on Titan mobile game, and the graphics looked pretty decent, until I figured out, it's a fucking turn-based RPG! And then there was another JoJo's Bizarre Adventure mobile game that was coming out last year that I was about to get because I'm like, they must have decided to actually do a fighting game with free-flowing combat like Diamond Records originally had. It was a fucking turn-based RPG! Are you fuckers allergic to fun or something? Make mobile games fun again, please! You right there, watching this video. If you made this part of the video, type in the comments, hashtag make mobile games fun again. And it's funny that Apex Legends Mobile was released last year, and even though it's a slightly condensed version of the console and PC port, I still had fun with the game. And it really broke my heart when it was announced that the game will be shutting down in May, which mostly will be around the time this video is coming out. Call of Duty Mobile is also a really fun mobile port of a high quality console PC port. The zombies mode is dog shit though, but you know, I digress. I want mobile game developers to go back to taking risks with their game and making them fun, not weird corporate mandated slop pumped full of gotcha elements and microtransaction that causes my ADHD to give me a brain hemorrhage. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing the My Hero Academia Strongest Hero game. Yes, the hub world is fun to navigate, along with the combat and gameplay being borderline perfectly solid, but the gotcha elements of maintaining your base in the cheapified version of these characters hanging out is fucking unnecessary. Equipping different gear onto the character, yeah, that's an interesting concept that's been done many times before, but here, like other games before it, it's executed poorly. And again, with Honkai Impact, a game that I love to death, but the gotcha elements just are not doing it for me. But, you know what? That's enough of my ramblings. What did you think of the review? Do you think I'm being too harsh in this game? Comment down below what you think your favorite part of the video is. And, you know, if you're new to this channel, subscribe. And if you do love this game, you're completely valid. I respect your opinion. Don't let me, some random nigga on the internet, ruin your fun. And ladies and gentlemen, we made it. We finally hit 3K subs, but I've also been able to finally get a proper gaming PC with your guys' help. So I want to briefly thank those who donated personally because they still contribute to the cause. Ali, a fellow content creator and actual real life friend of mine, Crippled Crab, Bell Del, I don't know how to fucking say that Bark Del, I don't know if you're watching this video, Bell, but I have no fucking clue how to say your name without having a stroke in the process. Justin Snyder, Yevon, and finally, an anonymous donor who cashed me $300. Yeah, I don't know where this shit came from. And yeah, I know, that's a short as fuck list, but these guys did contribute, so I think it would just be pretty douchey not to mention them. And you know what? I want to give a special thanks to you, dear viewer. The time you give my content also contributed to the ever-expanding growth of my channel, and actually contributing to my very first Google AdSense check that I used to get this PC. Now I can do more content that I've been itching to do for a very long time, as evidenced by my Spider-Man 2 video. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!